Home, sweet home. I'm about to kibitz some bridge. Well, not for too long. There's only about 5 boards left for the day, but I had a few minutes, so I thought I'd hop on here. I wish it was me in the finals right now, but there's a really, really interesting match going on. It's 83 to 82. You can see here on the scoreboard. There's only about 5 boards left in the day, but I just now is when I had time that I could get involved in kibitz, so I'm gonna just yeah, talk through some of these hands. This just to show you that, I mean, the set's up to 83, 82. You can see that the nickel team has picked up some imps here. They've picked up 13 imps so far this set, and there's only 5 boards to go. This board in the other room, they were playing 3 spades by north south, and they went down one because of this really bad trump break. And in north south here they've stopped 3 diamonds. It's kind of hard to pick up a hand mid match, but maybe we can jump to the other table and see what they're up to. Oh, they're way farther ahead, so we're just going to stick with this main table here and catch up. So far here in 3 diamonds, East West only have a 4-3 fit. Or sorry, so North South only have a 4-2 fit. I just jumped on and I see right away that they're in a ridiculous contract. I didn't even realize this. So North South have a 5-3 spade fit, and they're playing in 3 diamonds. Let's see how this happened. It went one no trump by 11 with a nice 17 count. It came pass, 2 clubs for the majors, double, and double showed a club lead, I imagine. Yeah, because he had ace queen nine fourth. I would actually have expected that double to have 5 clubs there, but I guess Steve and Bobby have a pretty good understanding that they're allowed to do it with 4. Maybe he did it because he had 17 points and so he felt like he wanted to compete. North picked a major. He bid 2 spades because he had 3 spades and 2 hearts. But now East competed to 3 clubs because he has 4 card club support. And now South, I think South wanted to make a game try, so he bid 3 diamonds. But North must have misinterpreted it as like showing a 3 suited hand, maybe because North did have 4 clubs, so they might have thought to themselves, hi guys, by the way. So North might have thought to themselves, "Well, I have 4 clubs, so my partner might be voiding clubs," and so they were thinking that partner was something like 4-5-4-0, but they were wrong. And partner had bid 3 diamonds, I guess, as in an attempt to bid game. It seems a little aggressive to be trying for game with this South hand. You are vulnerable. You already came in showing both majors, albeit in the balancing seat. Um, so yeah, so that so far, East West doesn't really know what's going on. For all they know, North has a bunch of diamonds. They don't know for sure that they're in such a misfit. Otherwise, it looks like the defense on a hand like this. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I got to change this so I can actually read your chat. I can only see it in that little message board. 1 second. Okay, I should be able to see your chat now. East West looks like they can just draw trumps in this hand. If East can get in, I guess East can't really get in to lead a diamond through the King Doubleton. Hi, Earl. Now I've got the chat. Sorry, I didn't see any of those chat messages before. It popped up on the stream, but I didn't actually see them because I had the wrong tab open on my little board. Sorry, I wish I could do more of this kibitzing and talking. I've just been working a lot, and I got my new lessons published. So if you're watching this video and you haven't seen what lessons I'm offering in the fall, my first 5 weeks of fall classes are up there at walperbridge.com. You just up at the top of the page, you click lesson library. So I've been up to that. I was obviously in Poland and traveling back, a little jet lag. The jet lag helped, but I can't broadcast in the morning. This morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was very much ready. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'll broadcast, but my whole house is sleeping, and so I couldn't really do it. That would have been perfect, maybe tomorrow morning. But the problem is, again, I don't have a place that I can do it without waking up the rest of my family. I might try tomorrow morning, and maybe some of you will wake up and have a video to watch. I know most of you will be sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time. Anyway, all right. So let's see if we can get. This hand is taking forever here. They're in 3 diamonds. North South have done pretty well up until now. They've taken 6 tricks already. Was that the last trick that they're going to be able to take there? They roughed the heart. It doesn't look like they're going to take any more tricks north south. I don't see how they. It feels like east west has the rest. It's just a matter of when they get in to play diamonds. Except, oh, I see the bidding's not there. You go. All right. So this is kind of easy at this point. They can't let. It's impossible for them to give North another trick. So this contract is going to go 3 down for 300, and so they're only going to lose 5 imps for this crazy disaster because 3 spades didn't make it the other table. So it's 3 down for 300 versus 1 down for 100, and a difference of 200 points, which is converts to 5 imps. So Nickel's going to be up by 5 after this board. It's tied going into this board. And we have 4 boards to go. Let's see if there's any interesting stuff coming up on the next few boards. This is this board right here. Let's move this over. This is the board that just played. Then board 13. It looks like East-West got to 4 spades, and they had a club loser, a diamond loser. The spades are gonna break 2-2. Okay, we're gonna shift it over. I can move this out of the way, and we can look at the full board because it's gonna pop open here. So on the board we're about to see, East-West played 4 spades making. You can see that they have West has 9 points and East has 11, so they only have 20 points. So they did very well to get to game, and it also looks to me like they did well to guess the hearts because they have a sure club loser, East-West, and they have a sure diamond loser, and they have a sure heart loser. They can't afford to lose 2 hearts. So it seems like East-West has a very good result here, both bidding and making game. So this is a chance for the Ventin team to swing the lead back because there's about 10 imps at stake if they stop in a part score. So, okay, so Levin and Weinstein play the same thing that I teach in my master series. They play a spade past 3 spades as a mixed raise. It's 7 to 10 high card points with 4 card support. And so now I think Weinstein will kick it into game. With 5-5 opposite 4 card support, you don't need as many high cards to make a game. This is just good modern bridge. It's just jamming game and then trying to make it. I wonder if that's what their bidding was at the other table. Let's see if I click through here. Other table. It was 1 spade, 3 clubs, showing the mixed raise, 4 spades. So you see, like once your partner shows you 4 card support, when you have a 5-5, you just go because you don't know if it's going to work or not. So you just kind of brute force. You can see both tables in the finals of the World Championships bidding this 20-point game. All right, diamond lead. 8 is third from third and fifth, third and low, and so now it's going to come down to, do they get the hearts right? I think he will get the hearts right. For one thing, they've had a completely blind auction. This is an interesting concept. East-West have not told them North-South anything at all about their side suits. 1 spade, 3 spades, 4 spades. So they have no idea that declarer's got hearts. So when South is when South is thinking about making an opening lead, they're never going to lead from a suit that they have an ace in. So the fact that they haven't led a heart makes it more likely that they have the ace of hearts. Because now this defense, diamond of the ace diamond, is going to make it very, very easy for him because now they've got that queen of diamonds over there to shake the club loser. So now he can even afford to get. He doesn't know this, but he knows that he's just picked up a trick, that he's going to be able to cross over to the west hand. Let's focus on. Oops, how do I kibitz here? I got to right click and kibitz. All right, so now we're shifting from Weinstein's perspective here. We're going to watch. So Weinstein knows that he's got to get to dummy to use that queen of diamonds to throw away his club loser. So he goes ace of spades, spade to the king, queen of diamonds, throwing away the club. And then now he knows he's going to make it either way. He's actually hoping both heart honors are offside right now because then he was down for sure. But because now he knows he's going to get to rough 2 hearts in the dummy and probably make the hand. All right, but you see there, he played heart to the jack, not heart to the king. And so the concept that I was kind of digging at, let me get out of this kibitzing mode, show all hands, is that so when you have a king jack guess and you have to decide who to play for the ace and who to play for the queen, the common theme, the thing that I go on, that I think most experts go on, is you play the opening leader to have the ace because they didn't lead that suit. He may have led the heart from the queen, South, but he definitely would never lead a heart from the ace. So the fact that he hasn't led the heart makes it more likely he has the ace. So if you have nothing else to go on, that's the thing to go on. So there you go. So Nickel is up by 6. They did pick up that 5 imp on that previous board, and then they pushed this board. Actually, they picked up an imp on this last board because they also didn't lose a club. So they only lost the ace of hearts and the ace of diamonds. So they made 5 and won an imp. All right. Yeah, I would just bid. I bid game with my 9 card fits opposite 5/5s, and when you have like 21 points or whatever, I would just bid a game. Yeah, I would even at match points. It's just so hard to defend, and I mean I don't know. I don't play a lot of match points to be fair. So, but yeah, I'm generally aggressive to bid game. When I know I have a 9 card fit and I have a 2 suited hand, that combination is just you're just always going to take a ton of tricks. Okay, a club, a spade. Like even on that last hand, you bought some pretty ugly values. I just want to make it clear. Like your partner showed you 7 and 9 points, and they basically put down 5 useless points. Right? Imagine if the queen of clubs was the queen of hearts, then your game is just going to be great. Or like king, queen of spades, queen of hearts. You're just you're in really good shape. I feel like you bought badly, and you still made a game. That's a pretty good indication. Okay, a club, a spade, pass. South had just not enough to advance over a spade, and West had just 3 spades, and that's a hand that you would not reopen double. We're actually, one of my lessons this fall is going to be on trap passes, which is a club. This auction, a club, a spade, pass, pass. When to reopen double, and when you have 3 cards in the opponent's suit, that is not the right time to be reopening double. No, I was not even slightly tempted to play the pairs against Event in Poland. I have no interest in playing the pairs event in Poland. I just, it's too much bridge. I don't enjoy playing like 60 boards or 50 boards or whatever it is a day. It's too much. I'm conditioned to play half a day. I've played half a day for the last 10 to 15 years, except for when extreme circumstances where I had to play 5-handed in my trials team. So I don't like playing that many boards. I just want to be home. I'm a homebody. I like to be at home. I have all this work to do preparing my lessons for the fall. Warren has no interest in playing in the pair game, so I'm not going to just pick up a random partner and make a convention card and deal with it. No, I know. For me, it's teams and then get out of there as soon as I possibly can. That's my MO. All right, so he's roughing his losers in dummy. I kind of missed this talking, but he's going to take 5 spades in his hand. A rough and dummy is 6, and the ace of diamonds is 7. So now he's just got to guess the club, which should be pretty easy because of the opening bid. So he's going to end up taking 6 spade tricks, a diamond is 7, and a club for 8. So he's going to pick up an imp on the other room because they only made 1. I believe he's going to get the club right. Although, does he have to get the club right? He's already seen that the opening bidder has the ace, king of hearts, and the king of diamonds 10. No, so there's no reason necessarily that he's going to get the club right. So he can count points. He counts West's points. He sees that they have 10 points already. Ace, king of hearts, king of diamonds. And so now he's going to go and lead the jack of clubs towards a dummy. And when it goes low, he's kind of got a coin flip about whether he should put in the play low or play the king. He's going to think about it now for a second. He's like, well, you open the bidding on my right. How many points do you have? He's going through the motions. He's going to realize, hey, this is a complete guess. I have no real idea. Maybe he would have opened one no trump with a 14 count. So actually, I think he's going to get this wrong. I think he's going to play the king. And I imagine this is what happened at the other table. He didn't reopen. He didn't open a no trump. I don't know. Kind of completely random. Let's see. We only have 2 more boards today. I wish that they unfortunately, because it's in Europe, all the boards. Oh, he got it right. There it is. And he ducked it. And you see that duck was critical because he has a diamond loser that he would have been able to get rid of. And he knew to duck it because of the count. His partner told him that he had an odd number of clubs when he played his lowest club. So Levin knew that Declare had 2 of them, so he could safely duck that club, win the second club. And now he gets out a heart, which he knows Declare is probably roughing. But at least now his partner's going to get that diamond. So that was to hold him to 2 for an imp loss for nickel and a win for Ventin. And down to 5 imps. This is a really tight match. The first set of this match, I logged in at 4 o'clock this morning, and nickel was up huge, like up 35 on the first 5 hands or something like that. Meanwhile, there were like another 100 imps swung in that first set. I couldn't believe how many imps. Actually, maybe we can take a look at that after these 2 hands just to go over it. I mean, it was pretty insane how many imps. It was like 70 to 50 or something like that in the first set. And then since it obviously wasn't that much because the score is only 89 to 85, but it felt like it was every single board had a double-digit swing in the first set. Okay, 4 spades by West, down 2 on this hand. Interesting, because four spades doesn't look that bad, right? You got two heart losers and a club loser on the surface, so they must have gotten tapped out. Huh. It just looks cold. You lose two hearts. Oh, maybe with the club, if they lead clubs, yeah, you don't. If they lead clubs, it's gonna get a little bit dirty, a little bit messier on this hand. But on the surface, you're just gonna lose the two hearts, and you'll get to use your three other hearts to throw away your club losers. So on the surface, it definitely looks like it's making four spades. So let's see. It goes two diamonds, two spades, a four diamond preempt by the north hand, taking good aggressive preempting bidding. This is making it your opponent's lives difficult. East happened to have a hand that was a pretty automatic four spade bid, if not a strong hand. But sometimes East is gonna have like 8 points and not know if they should bid four spades. The general consensus is that you should bid four spades in that spot if you have a fit, even with a worse hand than you would normally need. It's now or never. All right, so they let a diamond. To me, it looks like he's gonna make it unless he goes to try to. I guess he can go to set up clubs. That must have been what happened in the other room. He certainly can make this. There's no question that if he just wins this ace of diamonds, throwing away a club, and just leads hearts from the table, he's just gonna make it. Maybe not. Maybe they can shift to clubs. Yeah, maybe they can shift to clubs. It's not 100% that it's just made if he does it. Let's see. Actually, let's see. I'm gonna check the double dummy here. I think he might be. Yeah, so it says he can make it. Maybe that's. We'll see. All right, let's hide that. Little double dummy help. So what's he? Let's flip this around and look at it from Levin's perspective. Let me try. So he can take the ace of hearts and take the ace of diamonds and throw away a heart, and then not worry about the hearts breaking. His right hand opponent has opened two diamonds weak. He overcalled two spades. It went four diamonds. So he knows the diamonds are 6 on his right and 5 on his left. So that's where he's starting on this hand. But then from there, he doesn't really know anything, right? There's nothing else. There's no other really apparent information. So he's thinking. So if he has a couple options here. He can rough at this trick in his hand and lead a heart up. That's one way. I think that's probably what he's going to end up doing. Because if he loses heart rough, is that enough to go down? Yeah, because he'll still have a club loser. No, he won't have a club loser. If it goes heart, like if he wins this, if he plays the 9 from dummy and roughs it in his hand and leads a heart, and they go like heart rough or something, like let's say it goes jack ace, well, that's probably not happening because they didn't lead a singleton. If it goes heart rough, then he's going to have 3 hearts and the ace of diamonds to throw away 4 clubs in his hand. So that's not any risk. That seems like the right line of play. It's just playing low. But so the other option is to go to set up clubs. So he could win the ace of diamonds and play club. That doesn't feel like it's right because that also needs a break. Let's see what he's going to do. Heart up. I think it's heart up. Yeah, he wanted to lead a heart towards a dummy because he's hoping that they'll pop king with king jack third or something and have it drop an ace. Okay, so now he knows he's in business with the heart suit, and the wrong hand is on lead now. The king, he's probably going to play the king of clubs. Is he? So what does it look like from this perspective? So Bobby knows. West can see that heart's entries are the ace of clubs, so he's going to want to get that ace of clubs off the board. I don't see how he can go down from here, to be honest. So he leads the king of clubs, and it goes ace. Oh, of course he can go down. If it goes king of clubs, I think actually he has to duck this. I think in order to make this, he might have to duck it, because if he wins the ace, he has to draw trump. He's not going to have an entry. He can win the ace and play the queen of hearts. East is going to win it. Hearts will be 2-2. They can play club. No, he can make it even by winning the ace of clubs right here. He needs to set up the hearts, right? That's his goal on this hand now, is to set up the hearts. He's thinking about it. The jack of hearts showing up on his right was a very interesting card. He kind of has a feeling that the hearts are breaking 2-2 now. That's ace jack doubleton of hearts on his right. Because the jack of hearts is such a weird card. But it could have been ace king third on his left, so he's won the ace, and now I think he's gonna play the queen of hearts next. Maybe ace of diamonds pitching. No, he can't pitch a heart. He needs a heart as an entry. Queen of hearts. What about? Yeah, he has to play a heart now. It feels like, because if he knows that if East gets in with the ace of hearts, he's gonna play a club through. I can't stream. Thanks, Danny, but I can't stream both the YouTube stream under my stream, as far as I know. And I find it honestly, I find it better to focus on one table and bounce back and forth when there's no action. That's kind of what I prefer I'd rather everybody's looking at the same thing. I've tried commentating with both tables, and it's okay. I find it much better to be focusing on one. And if we need to dig into a hand, I can change the view, of course, and go to the other table if I need to, or like bring up the other table's results pretty easily. But I think this is a better approach. I think one focus thing to. All right, what's going on from here? So he's thinking, do I play the Queen of Hearts? He didn't unblock the club 10. He doesn't. Well, but Bobby doesn't know that he has the club 10. It looks like it's King Queen 10. Although, why didn't he lead the King of Clubs initially with King Queen 10 of clubs? That feels like a more normal lead in this spot. If you had King Queen 10 on his left, so he's probably got an inkling that the 10 of clubs is on his right. He just doesn't know if clubs are 3-3 and spades. So if the hearts are 2-2, he's gonna place the shape. So he's worried hearts are 3-1, because if hearts are 2-2, it's got to be right for him to play the Queen of Hearts right now. I guess he's going through that math. He's thinking, if I play the Queen of Hearts and the hearts are 2-2, what can they do to me? Well, he's thinking, okay, well, they're going to win the Ace of Hearts on my right, and then they're going to play a club through my Jack. He doesn't realize that the 10 of clubs is blocking the club suit. I think he's still fine anyway. Even if it went club through club, he could pop rough with the Queen of Spades and just claim, as long as trumps aren't 4-1. And if the hearts are 2-2, are trumps really 4-1? That East could be 1-2-6-4 would be one way that 1-2-6-4 for East. Then the sorry. If they're 1-2-6-4, then the trumps are good. So if that's but that he won't have to worry about. Sorry, so they just they just changed this to be 4 spades down 2 in the other room instead of, was that what it said before? It just flashed anyway. All right, let's switch out of this, get back to the normal view. So yeah, so he has 10 double 10 of clubs, right? You're right. So even if he plays a heart and they play the 10 of clubs, he's just home. So he's just deciding if the hearts are 3-1. If they are 3-1, now he will go down by playing the Queen of Hearts, because now the opponents have established their club trick. So if he plays the Queen of Hearts and they're able to go Ace of Hearts, Heart Ruff, then they'll take their club and he's down 1. So is there anything he can do if that's what's going on? If the hearts are 3-1, can he make it? So he could draw trumps. The problem is he just doesn't have an entry to the heart suit. So no, I think that if the hearts are 3-1, there's absolutely nothing that he can do about it. So it feels like he's just going to think about this for a really long time. He might be thinking about, should I draw a round of trumps or something like that. Like he's thinking about all the possibilities of even if the hearts are 2-2 and they go club, what's he going to do? He's already planning ahead for they win the Ace of Hearts and they play a club. He's already thinking through that whole process now. It's not like he's going to play a heart and they're going to win and then they're going to play a club and he's not going to know what to do. He's thinking through what would happen now. So that's why it's taking so long. I think he might have settled on a heart already. I just don't see how it could ever be right to play a club. He's thinking about maybe playing Ace of Hearts and pitching, Ace of Diamonds and pitching a heart. That's a possibility, but if they do that, actually, I think that he'll go down if they do that. If he does play Ace of Diamonds and throws away a heart, that's his entry. So now, when they play a heart, they can win the ace, and then they can play 10 of clubs to the queen and a club back, and they can uppercut the 10 of spades. Like they'll make it so that they score the 10 of spades. The Ace of Diamonds will be a losing play. If we see him play the Ace of Diamonds right now, I think that he's going to go down. But I don't think he's going to go down. I think he's going to play the Queen of Hearts. But if we see the Ace of Diamonds, then he's probably on a bad path. No, there. I mean, there was a time limit, but it's not for any individual play like this. And usually, most of the time, experts are really quick on nothing hands or on hands where there's easy claims. The mechanics of the game go much quicker, so it seems like people are really slow. But really, they're only being slow. In select spots. So you don't really run into time trouble very often. That's just kind of. He's only lost one trick so far. He's lost just the King of Hearts. He hasn't lost any other tricks. So he'll lose a club and a heart is all that he has to lose if he plays the Queen of Hearts. But no, this happens all the time in high level bridge. Where in fact, I'm probably a pretty perfect culprit of this. Like where I play really quickly the whole day, except like when I have something to think about, I'll stop and I'll dig in for 5 minutes or so. I'm really efficient with moving the boards, taking my cards out, getting my bids through, doing everything as fast as I can, so that in spots like this, that I'm willing to take 6, 7, 8 minutes. There's no board time limit here in the World Championships, and people are pretty respectful about their opponents taking a long time. Now, obviously, if one pair or one person is taking a really long time, then it happened once to us that they called the director, and they were completely justified. We were ridiculously slow for 2 hands, and our opponents called the director and said, "Hey, they're being really slow." I don't blame them, but they were very nice and played quickly from then on, and we played quickly and we caught up and finished the set on time. And yeah, I don't. I've not really experienced too many slow play penalties. He can't draw trumps if it goes club rough with the queen. Oh yeah. Oh, the clubs would be good. I see. Yeah, you're right, Dave. Yeah, so he just can't go down even. You're right. I think all roads are going to lead to him making this contract, and that'll be 11 imps. East West are not vulnerable, so it's 100 plus 420 is 520 is 11. So should Bobby come through on this hand? It looks like it did. Let's take a look at what happened at the other room. Let's see. Let's check their table. I want to bring it up in a bigger view. Let's check it out here. Okay, so at the other table, there was no bidding by North South as opposed to the 2 diamonds, 4 diamonds. So it went pass by South, and they can't. That's because Greco and Hampson play 2 diamonds. They play precision, so 2 diamonds would show short diamonds. So Greco's only choice with the South hand was to open 3 diamonds, and that is definitely not a vulnerable against not 3 diamond bid. So he passed, and West opened an aggressive but modern aggressive 1 spade opener. I love that 1 spade bid. It's only 9 highs, but your spade suit is so good that it's well worth an opening bid. It goes pass, 2 hearts, game 4, sing pass. This is not the system that I play here. The 2 spades, I would play 2 spades, promises a 6 spade. So I would be bidding 3 clubs with that West hand, as ugly as that is. Actually, no, I have a 3 card heart fit, so I would raise my partner. In fact, I don't know why they didn't raise their partner. That's a little weird. And honestly, hearts is just a much better spot, right? Hearts, you lose a club, and you just need to not lose 3 heart tricks. So yeah, hearts would have been a nice, easier game to make, and I'm not sure why West didn't support partners' hearts. Um, so what happened in the play? When King of Clubs lead, I mean, obviously his partner didn't open 2 diamonds, so that changed the lead, but the King of Clubs lead really changes the hand. And he unblocked the 10, so now he played a club. He just shifted to play. So he played 2 trumps and a heart. Is that so? Isn't he down now? Oh no! Oh no! So now he's got the rough. This is cool. Okay. So unfortunately, I was on the other thing. So he played 2 trumps. He played spade to the jack, ace of spades, and a heart. So he made the contract. But we're gonna have to take a look at how he made the contract. Let's do that. 1 second. So first, let's look at how he went down. So at the other table, it went King of Clubs lead. And he won the ace, and he just tried to set up clubs. He decided to forget the heart suit, and when that happened, he just shifted to a trump, roughed the club with the 10 9 of spades, and that was just his fourth loser. He lost the king of clubs, the 10 of spades, and the ace king hearts. He still had another loser from there. Now let's see what happened in Bobby's table here. Um, we'll catch up to this last hand in a second. Um, Yeah, I mean, two hearts promises five in any normal 2/1 structure. One spade, two hearts. I play that promises five. I've played that promises five my whole life. That's how I learned 2/1. Not even 2/1. Even when I played not 2/1, I one spade, two hearts, promise five for me. So yeah, let's see. So went diamond lead and he roughed. He played a heart and it went pop king. It went king of clubs, ace. Went two of spades to the jack, ace of spades. So he left that queen of spades up there on the board so that he didn't get over roughed. So now he played a heart, and it went queen, ace. And so now they played club, and he covered. And now on the club back, he roughed it in dummy. And now, you see, he couldn't play. He needed to keep his heart entry. So now he got to rough the diamond. Doubleton. Ace of diamonds, and he trumped with the five of spades, and he cashed the king of spades. Like we didn't see. So it was ace of diamonds. He has to rough this because he needs to pull this last trump right here. And now he's got this heart to get back to dummy. That was a cool little end play. Does four hearts go down on a club lead? Can't they just duck and win, rough a diamond board, and play a heart up? I think that would still make. I think four hearts would still make as long as they duck one round of clubs, which seems like the practical thing to do. That is what you would do. You'd always duck in that spot unless you think clubs are 5-1. All right. Catching up to the last hand. So in the closed room, they were in two diamonds by south, down two for 100. In this room, they're playing a kind of yucky 4-3 heart fit. How did the bidding go? It went one diamond by the 14 count, not a no trump. Double. One heart by Weinstein, and this is important that you bid a heart on a hand like this because it looks like the opponents are probably going to pick spades. And when it goes a diamond double, your opponent doesn't have 4-4 in the majors all that often, so it's really possible that East-West have a 4-4 heart fit. That's why it's really important to bid a heart here. It's not as much when it goes like a heart double. You're not as interested in bidding a spade with four, but after a minor double, you really do need to bid your four-card majors because it's so Weinstein bid one heart, it went past, and now usually that one heart bid is five. I'm actually surprised that Levin rebid two hearts here and not one no trump with, even though, because I guess because he's thinking his partner often has five, but yeah, so they were playing two hearts. It went 10 of hearts lead, jack, queen, king, and now he's playing club, club, club rough, and that's good for him. So far so good there. He's got four tricks in. It looks like he's going to get a spade for five, and diamond is for 7. He's going to make this hand, it looks like, just because of the location of all the cards. He thinks the king of diamonds is probably onside because it's the takeout double was on his right. This is on Weinstein's right. So he thinks the king of diamonds is onside. All right. But it feels like he's going to play a spade towards his queen. He knows, so what does he think is going on? It went 10 of hearts lead, jack, queen, king. So what does East think is going on? He knows North is the takeout doubler. So now he knows North has only 3 clubs. So it seems like North is 4-4-2-3. If I was Weinstein, that's what I would be thinking my right-hand opponent has. He's not usually going to have a 5-card major. So he sees that the hearts are going to block. So he plays a low heart. And now what is the shift? Is the shift going to be the jack of diamonds, or is it going to be... They've done well to unravel the heart suit and not crash the 10-9 of hearts underneath the ace-queen here. But it's not going to matter. He can't really get over to his partner's hand. East-West just is going to... So now it's going to go jack of diamonds. He can play the queen. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't just play the queen right now. Unless he's thinking about, can I make it if it's king doubleton of diamonds offside? It could be king doubleton of diamonds. So... Can it hurt him to go up ace? Okay, I guess he's decided that it can't hurt him to go up ace. Queen. Now there's only 2 hearts outstanding, so now he can just bang his clubs That's what he did. This he didn't care. He can just play the 8 of clubs now. He's got 6 tricks in, and he's got 2 sure tricks coming in hearts. So he's going to lose the ace of spades. He's going to lose the ace of hearts. He's going to lose the 8 of hearts, and he's going to lose the king of diamonds. But he's going to make his contract. So he's just playing the claim for. So Nickel is going to end the day up 16, going into day 2. 48 boards tomorrow, starting at 4 a.m. or I think Eastern time, which I'll be up for because I'm still crazy Polish jet lagged. But I imagine most of you guys will be still sleeping if you're in North America. I might do some commentary at 4 o'clock in the morning if I can find a spot in my house that isn't going to wake my 2 kids. I'm home with only 2 of my kids because there's a soccer game that's being played 3.5 hours, so my wife's taking one kid. So I'll be around. Maybe I'll do that. All right, let's just check out. So the only thing I was going to say, I was going to try to find the first set just to take a look at some of the swings that went down on the first set because it was a pretty insane set of boards, that set 1. You can see here he's just leading his clubs. So now you can see he's just got his heart trick here. He's just waiting for his 8th trick in hearts. All right, so how do I do this? So I got to go to the View Graph Archives. This is what you can do if you ever want to go and find an old set. So it was not the open pairs. Here's the open final. This was set 1 out of 6. There we go. But now I have to change this to put it in the same browser that we're working on. Okay, so this was this first set. Okay, so it was 64 to 48 in the first set. So, and like I said, when I woke up this morning, it was maybe 4:30, 4:45. I switch on ViewGraph, and I'm like, okay, wow, Nickel's got a nice 37 to 3 lead. That's amazing. I didn't really look at those first 5 hands, but then it went just boom, boom, boom. You see, the Ventine team just hammered them for a while. There was one board that they picked back a 10 up on, but let me go back and look at some of these hands. I feel like the first board of the day, Nickel picked up a game swing when it went 1 heart pass. That's really weird. That can't be how the auction went. This isn't how the auction went. Often on the first board of the day, the ViewGraph operator is a little bit, it struggles a little. This can't be. It couldn't have gone a heart past 3 hearts. They don't, unless they play a heart promises 6. This is not possible. So it must have gone like a heart pass and no trump, 2 spades, 3 hearts. No, I don't even see this. This is really weird. I wonder if this result is even true. Who knows? So okay, we're gonna have to skip that. We're gonna go back to the scoreboard. All right. So the next big swing. This one they were in 6 spades by West going down. Let's see what kind of contract this was. So their bidding was a heart by East, pass a spade, which for Levin and Weinstein promised 5 spades. It went because they play Flannery. It went 3 club overcall by the North hand, 8 card suit, vol against not. Sound, I would probably have bid 4 clubs to be honest with you. And Weinstein, knowing his partner had 5 spades, was able to jump to 4 spades because 3 spades would have been competitive. So he felt like with his solid hearts and 3 card spade support that it was worth jumping to game 4 spades. And it goes past, and Levin's like, well, my partner's bid game opposite my simple 1 spade response, and I have 3 key cards. I'm going to slam. So he key carded, found out his partner had 2 key cards without the queen, and he bid a slam. And on the surface, this is not a very good slam if they lead the jack of diamonds. If they lead the king of clubs, it's not a bad contract, except the fact that there's a 3 club bid in our face. So you kind of need spades to break 3-2 and hearts to break 3-2. If both of those things are happening and they don't lead a diamond, you're cold. But on a diamond lead, when it goes jack of diamonds, queen, king, ace, you're in bad shape because you can't throw your diamonds fast enough. Like you can play 2 rounds of trumps with the East-West cards, but then when you go to start playing your hearts, you can't throw 4. You have to throw the 4 diamonds, the 5 of diamonds, the 9 of diamonds. It's too much. So it's a really bad contract on a diamond lead. On a club lead, it's perfectly fine. I mean, you need hearts to break 3-2 and spades to break 3-2. It's not a great slam anyway. So how did this go though? It went 10 of diamonds. They did lead the 10 of diamonds. So now 11 knows he's just completely screwed on this hand. There's no way to make the hand from here. So it's disappointing from his perspective. So don't need to really get into it. Let's navigate to the other table where they did not. They probably don't play Flannery. So when a heart passes spade, 3 clubs, and now East made a takeout double, a value showing takeout double, and it went pass 3 diamonds, pass 3 hearts, pass 4 hearts. Oh, 3 spades. What's that? It doesn't say. So they had a complex auction. So it went double, pass 3 diamonds. I don't know what that was. Pass 3 hearts. Might have been natural 3 diamonds. Pass 3 hearts, natural pass. This is where I'm not sure what 3 spades is. It got alerted, but I have no idea what that bid would mean. And it went pass. Q bid 4 clubs, pass 4 diamonds. It's pretty hard to know what they are, what their bidding meant. But it's funny because this board ended up being a push because 4 hearts goes down. They led a club. And they won the ace, and they played a heart and found out that there was a 5-0 heart break. So now they knew they were going to lose 2 hearts, most likely. So they tried playing spade and ducking it. Jack, queen. So they were already going to lose 2 hearts, a spade, and now a dimes. They were just dead to rights here and 4 hearts as well. Funny that the one table bid slam, and the other table bid game, and it was a push. They what I saw when the Palma team went on a little run here. This is about where I started. This was a kind of an ugly game. It was a tough one. It went pass a club by this 13 count, pass a heart, pass a no trump. Now I got to be honest. If my partner shows 12 to 14 balanced, and I have this 10 count with 4-5 in the majors. I would not be inviting with this hand. This is just not the type of hand that I'm inviting. I mean, I will say that you have a singleton diamond, so that part of it is good. Like, you have a fit in clubs, so if partner does have 3 hearts, you have a decent hand. But opposite, like 14 to 16, like if you open a lot of 14 counts 1-no, inviting with 10 opposite a 1-no rebid is very, very dangerous. Oh, 4 hearts could have made on the last hand. That's interesting. I didn't really get that. That would have been pretty amazing if you could have made 4 hearts. Yeah, that's true. You're right. You could force South on lead. That's a good point. You could. It would be more difficult. You could lose 1 spade and never lose a diamond on the hand. That's interesting that you could have made 4 hearts. That's a good to note that on that other hand. So I would not have invited, but here they played 2-way new minor forcing, and they decided to invite. They bid 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, which those of you who have played two-way new minor forcing, that shows 4 spades and 5 hearts in an invitational hand. To me, 10 opposite 14 is not enough to invite, but he decided to invite. His partner bid 4 hearts, and the hand played out pretty well for him. I was watching. It was kind of a clean line of play. Just every card worked out exactly how you'd hope. It went queen of clubs to the king and ace. They played diamond, 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 throwing away East 2 clubs. You can see this. Okay, but now, so far so good, right? You North, East, West have lost no cards in the minors, but they have to, from this point, hold themselves to only losing 3 tricks. They know they're going to lose the ace of spades and the ace of hearts. It feels like they're going to need to rough 2 spades and dummy, right? In order, because otherwise they're probably going to lose. It's hard to avoid losing 4 tricks even from this position. But what happened was just everybody, they could never overrough. North-South could never overrough. So it went club and they roughed it. Spade back to dummy and the ace. Spade popped up with the king. And now as he's cross-roughing, North-South just kind of had to follow suit because of the way that the spades and the clubs laid out. It went spade, jack, rough, club. And now what can North do? North, I think, is going to rough 10 of hearts here. Goes king. But now they lead the last spade, and now what does South do? It doesn't matter. The North-South really, because North wasn't the one over-roughing the spade and South wasn't the one over-roughing the club, it kind of played out that there was just nothing North-South can do. What did they do in the other room? So, by the way, if you're interested in two-way new minor forcing and you've never played it, it is one of the most useful conventions there are. If like on my list of top 10 conventions or whatever that I would play, the difference between two two-way new minor forcing, and new-way new minor forcing is massive. It's one of the biggest improvements of conventions that there are, but it's a somewhat advanced convention. I wouldn't teach it to a novice because it's pretty complex, but it is so beneficial that if you're anywhere in the advanced tier of bridge, it is critical that you learn two-way new minor forcing. In Europe, they call it XY no trump. In Sweden they call it Xisang, which means no trump in Swedish. But it's played all over the world. It's a very important convention. And if you want to learn more about two-way new minor forcing, at my website walpertbridge.com, in the lesson library, if you search for two-way new minor, there's a lesson here. It's $10, but it's a really elaborate lesson, very worthwhile. If you've never heard of it, it's such an important convention. If you want to be an advanced player, you must learn how to play two-way new minor forcing. All right. What else going on in this set? Navigate scoreboard. I can't stay for too much longer. I've got kids coming home from school, but there was a couple other really interesting hands. Another game. Oh, by the way, let's just see what happened in that other room on that board. Did they? How did they played two no trump? So when a club a heart a no trump. So Weinstein also invited with this hand, but Levin declined. Interesting. He had 13, and he felt like he had too many points in his short suit. So interesting. So he just stayed low, and it's neither here nor there being in game on this hand. So it's kind of, those are the random swings in high level bridge where so you get to a 4R contract in one room and you don't get to it in the other room, and it's like a 50% contract or a 40% contract, and so the imp odds are about equal, and just these kind of go one way or the other in the course of a match. So a lot of matches are swung by the luck on those little hands, but it's only luck when it all goes one way. Most of the time in a long match, your luck swings. Like, we bid an aggressive game and it makes this time, and then we bid an aggressive game and it goes down, and it kind of goes back and forth. But when one team is always doing the right thing, that's when it's hard, like, just by luck. Sometimes it's just luck. It's not that they know that they're doing the right thing. They're always in the aggressive spot when it works. They're always in the passive spot when it works. And then there's a lot of system swings. Like here, they had a bad result on this hand, north-south, because West Open, there's this 10-13 no trump, which is such an annoying convention to deal with. And North made a penalty double, and if on the surface, North-South have a lot of tricks on this hand against one no double. They could take 5 diamonds, the ace of clubs is 6, 2 hearts is 8, and a spade is 9. So they could have beat one no trump doubled, 3 tricks for 500, and this would have been a nothing hand. But it's very difficult to unravel all of your tricks when you're defending one no trump doubled. You don't know what your partner has, so it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward for Hampson to lead the king of diamonds against one no doubled, or queen of diamonds, their lead, and it's going to be easy for them to cash their tricks. So here's what he's going to do. He's going to give him. The problem is, I don't think he's going to give him the 9. I think he's going to overtake with the ace, because the 9's going to look discouraging, and he doesn't want to discourage his partner. So there it is, because they play upside down. So he overtook with the ace, and he cashed the jack, and you can see Hampson played his 5 of diamonds, and then on the 9 of diamonds, he's going to let his partner hold the trick. And yeah, so he's trying to tell him, like, I want you to play something else. It turns out that Hampson wanted his partner to play hearts, but he played high-low in the diamonds, and I think that might have influenced Greco to not lead a heart. So Greco led a spade, and the spade was a killer play. Because not only, first of all, look at the spade suit. The spade suit's a frozen suit where whoever leads the spade suit first blows a trick in the spade suit. When South leads the 5 of spades and it goes low, even if Hampson puts in the 10, there's now a finesse position of the jack with the queen 9. So the spade shift was really fatal. They needed to find a way to play hearts. So maybe if Hampson went 4 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds, maybe that would have told his partner to play the. Oh, he could have played the 10 of diamonds, though. So the 10 would be spades under the jack. Oh, no, he couldn't play the 10 because his partner could have had ace-jack doubleton, so he could not play the 10 of diamonds. So he only had 2 ways he could play his 5-4 diamonds, high-low or low-high. So maybe looking at, this is dummy, east. East is dummy. So maybe looking at that dummy, I mean, if you can only point your partner in one direction, maybe low high should be hearts and high low should be spades, because you wouldn't normally break clubs in this spot, knowing Declare's got two of them. So maybe it should have gone four of diamonds, five of diamonds, and then Greco would have had an easier time finding a heart shift. Because what would happen, like the optimal defense is after this nine of diamonds, is for Declare Greco to play the two of hearts in the middle of the hand to tell his partner, I like hearts, and that way when Hampson wins the heart, Hampson will know later he's still going to have to lead a heart back at some point from the king five. So that two of hearts would have told him to do that. But Greco saw the 5-4 spade, four of diamonds, and thought, okay, I think partner wants me to play a spade, and it could have been right to play a spade, but he played a spade, and now Declare was able to win the king, knock out the club. And now he played a spade over, thinking his partner had the queen of spades, not the jack. And yeah, so it went one down. Lost a couple heart tricks. I did play, but not for very long. We missed qualifying out of the first stage. We were like the first non-qualifier, second non-qualifier. Pretty frustrating. Back now. All right. I think that's it. A nice little quick broadcast. I might be back tomorrow if I can figure it out. If not, I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.